Okay, looks like I still have one viewer. I hope, excuse me, I hope I'm wrong and I have more. So this is what we did last week. Okay, and we put all our petals on the underside of the frame. And now we have space to be able to put our wings and our tail. And I'm going to show you how to make them fit in the space. All right. So what I have some zip ties here. This is what I'm using to attach the pieces to the wreath. I have my trusty old scissors, which seem to want to cut anything all the time. I don't think they were very expensive either. Mundial, whatever that is. I have, this is an ice pick, but you could use an owl. You could even just use your sharp scissors that you have already if you do not have something like this. But this is for making the holes in order to attach the zip ties and attach it to the wreath. And then I have a nice long serrated knife. This is a very good serrated steak knife. It's old. It's not expensive or anything like that. And then we have our wings, our mask, our tail, our felt, and the eyes. What do you think? Think that's going to be pretty? I think it's going to be cool. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get the eyes put in and the nostrils covered. And you will need hot glue. I actually was going to use my glue gun that I did get from Amazon. I love this glue gun. I love the tip on it. Battery powers or length of time it stays on is not the greatest, but you can just recharge it and it charges up pretty darn fast. But I did forget to charge this. So I won't be using it today, but I did want to show it to you because I love this glue gun. I will be using my Ryobi glue gun, which is very hot. I love it. I like the fact that I have a holder and stuff for it. Like I'm not trying to do a review on it or anything, but the battery just clips right on the end. You can have an extra battery ready to go because your man always has tools and mine does, so I have lots of batteries available to me. So this was more convenience, but that glue gets really hot. Now, we are not just using hot glue. You can use E6000 or super glue or whatever other glue you might have that can have a strong hold to the felt. But I think hot glue alone, same with here, it won't stick forever. I am told that it will come off. So before we even do that, what we need to do is we need to figure out how we want the eyes. So I'm going to put them in, just going to hold them there. And I am going to decide straight up and down. Do I want them angled a little bit? I think I kind of like them angled out a little bit. No. Straight up and down with a slight angle. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so now I'm going to glue one of these down in the way that I want it to be down. Just going to put a dab of super glue right there in the center. And then I'm going to put some hot glue around the edge. And I'm going to set it down right about where I think it needs to be on the felt and at the slight turned angle that I wanted to go with. I think it needs to go that way. Well, that's what we're gonna do anyway. All right, so since I used the hot glue, that's gonna stay there for me when I put this in. And get this other eye in there and figure out where on the felt it needs to be. Then I can grab that. Put a dab in the center. Put some hot glue around the edge. Sorry, I hate that. Oh, I still need that one. Am I done? Okay. Now, when we put those in, that's pretty much right where I wanted them. Right around the eyes, I'm going to use the super glue. Forgot. That does not stand up. It has to lay down. And just trim off any excess sticking out. All right. Sorry, I was in the zone there. Trying to get my eyes in all nice and neat. All right, what do you guys think? Looks pretty good, right? All right. Now, I've already cut the straps for the mask, and there are no screw holes in these. They can be gotten out, but they are not the easiest. And then the hole it leaves is pretty big. So I just leave these alone. If you can see what I'm talking about, it's how what they use to attach the strap. Where I'm gonna put my holes are probably more about right here on the mask. That's where I'm gonna put my holes, and then I'll put one up here or here, just depending, so that the mask stays back. But you want to be careful when you're putting it on, and that's why you want to watch where you put your holes. You don't want to squeeze it in real tight, and you don't really want to pull this in either. You want to leave that open, but if you pull in just a little bit right here, it works. So I'll show you when it comes time to do that. Let me see, I'm gonna cut this little triangle out where it's not touching the mask. And just glue those down. Okay, and then the other thing that we're gonna do is we're just gonna take 2 small pieces of felt, and I'm going to put super glue around the inside, the very inside edge of the eyeballs, or the nostrils, sorry. And then I'm going to put, oops, and that's the one thing I forgot to grab was my glue sticks. Hold on, sorry. ADHD brain. Gotta love it. All right, and we're just gonna put some hot glue. And you're just going to lay that right in there. Ouch. As it peeks out and gets you. And do this one. And it's fine just having it glued on the 3 sides. It's not going anywhere, guys. Okay, so now we have our nostrils covered. Our eyes are in. We'll poke it when we're ready to put it on, but right now I want to move on to the wings. Okay. Now, I also brought a little Phillips screwdriver, which I don't remember if I put that on the supply list last week or not, because I realized I don't think I did a supply list for this week. I'm sorry, I'm scatterbrained, but that's the easiest way to get these off. And I'll deal with these later, but I usually give them to Jarrett. I figure we could somehow use them for Halloween. I just It's like I'll know it when I see it. Hey, you remember those straps that I kept from my dragon costumes? Put those over there. And just kind of give it a push and it'll come right out. It doesn't hurt your finger or anything. All right, next, we're gonna cut this very thin line of foam connecting the two wings. Okay. Then where this bottom hole is right here, you're going to cut off just above that. And it's going to go flying across your room. So just do that to both of them. Just behind the hole. Oh, that one didn't have a chance to fly. All right. Then, okay. Now, for the fun part. Now, some people want to put their mask up here. I usually like to have mine right about here on the left side. And then the wings will be here, here, and the tail will come down here. So that's how I'm going to do mine. You can do it the opposite. Put the face here. Have the tail possibly curl out. Or change it and you know, do it in. You can, even though I cut that side, you can still flip it if you want to. So if you want it over on that side with the tail on this side and the wings up here, you could do that too. Maybe I will do that now that I think about it. Give me a moment. Time to pull the hair up. Sorry about that. Is everybody still there? I think we're still good. I had a phone call try to call me. And I usually put my phone on Do Not Disturb, so I don't know how that got through. Oh, it wasn't on. All right. Okay, so yeah, let's be different. I don't think it's going to matter either way. The scales, you know, here they're coming in toward, let me see a second here. This might actually be easier. Well, let's start poking the holes. Cover off. Okay, and I think I'm gonna put my hole right about there. And easiest to feed your zip tie through as soon as you make it, so you don't lose it. Okay. And let me see, I know I'm going to need one, so I'm just going to go ahead and put it right there. All right, you guys ready for the fun part? I hope my zip ties are long enough. Now you can go through the white mesh if you need to or want to. Okay, don't make it too tight. And you'll find you need to stuff petals down under. So they'll lay right. Ah! Okay, everything's moving all over the place. Guys, I might not be liking this on the right. At least not this side. Probably would be a lot easier if I had smaller zip ties. Or longer, I mean. That's smaller. All right, let me just snip these off and see before they can pull any tighter. What do you think? I don't like how the petals end up laying. So I think I'm gonna switch it. I think I'm putting it on the other side. I don't know. The petals lay differently on this side. So I just think it's easier to attach them. I don't know. I might be just crazy. Okay, yeah, I like that better. Now I just need to attach the top one. Trying to see if I can go through the mesh. Yes. Not gonna cut those ones off. This one I'm sure about. Okay. I'm happier with that. All right, now for the wings. So think we want them kinda like that, I think. Or more like that. I think they need to be up a little. Up and out. Let's see, where does that put us? All right. Maybe I can just use this hole. Like I want to do it one more time. Something was different last time. I know that. But that works even better. And let's see, where does the other one need to be? Right there. This is all about eyeballing. Probably don't even need any more than that. But I will feel better. With having one more. This thing just keeps getting bigger and bigger. What does that look like? I don't know, with the lights coming in from behind it. Oh, you guys can't even see it. I'm holding it up too high. It's so big now. Can you guys see the wingspan? All right, now the last part to attach is the tail, which I know somewhere right in here is where I want that. Yeah, that's perfect, right like that. All right, guys, that's the dragon. So you can see how having this here in the back is actually helping you when it comes time to putting the dragon pieces in. And I'll tell you right now, I did not have to cut those at all. I did it just for some reason. I think I needed to on my last one, but no, they shoved right in for me. I probably didn't even need to trim them down. So maybe the last costume was a little thicker. I don't know, but yep, there's the back. I don't know if you guys can see that wingspan or not. Probably not. But there we have it. Mask, tails, or tail and wings all attached. All right. So that about wraps it up for today, guys. If you want to purchase what you've seen here today, it will be available in my Etsy shop, wreathsbycharlee.etsy.com. And please like, subscribe on YouTube, and hit the notification bell. That way you know when I'm live on YouTube or when I post another tutorial. And follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok so that you guys can keep up with all the ADHD crafty chaos and beautiful wreath making. All right, guys, that's it. Thank you. Bye.